Hi, Collective. Welcome to the channel. I'm Crystal, a divine messenger, delivering messages to you from the higher realms. Welcome in, everyone. So we're getting into this fun deck. Ooh, the Serpent Spell right away. The Gothic Oracle messages. So let's see. I've been picking up a lot on red and black vibes today. Let's see what messages are coming out with this deck. Ooh, the Wish. White. Look at that beautiful unicorn. And of course, always filling my unicorns. Ooh, and look at this. Trick or treat. It's literally All Hallows Eve tomorrow. So, that's exciting, right? That coming out. Valor. The front of this card is the deck. The red and black vibes, right? We're taking Valor. I see Fire Dragon. The Raven. Ooh, this deck is popping. Angel Rose is coming out. Rose has been standing out to me. I was telling my daughter too today. I was telling her about her middle name, right? And she's got two middle names, and one of them is Rose. Only Love Remains standing out to me, and the Sacred Order of the Rose is standing out. Light the Darkness is here. And Arachnopharia came out. It's interesting. First time I used this deck, this was the card that came out. I even did a little short on Arachnopharia, and I read the card. So if you're interested in the reading, it's down in my shorts for this one. Okay, because I don't like to read the same cards. Gothic Prayer is here. Wow. So I'm curious to get into the messages and let's see what's behind these cards. So Light the Darkness is about clarity. You are going to be receiving some clarity. Okay. All right. It might be time to still your mind and keep alert. Clarity or understanding could be within the grasp of only your eyes and ears. If only you were to open your eyes and your ears. Clarity shines a light into the darker rooms of existence that are filled with uncertainty. When this card arrives in a reading, know that your situation you asked about will soon become more comprehensible. Wow. So you about to find out something. Maybe this has to do with a wish. For real, this is about desire. Wow. Some wishes will be more obtainable than others, and some will have hidden costs attached to them. How would your life change for the better or worse? You know, this is something I was thinking about lately. I was thinking about, all right, so if I can have something I truly desire, if I can really have a wish granted, if I was to just I don't even want to say pretend, just if the wish was to be granted today, what would that look like for me? What would my life look like? How would my life change by me getting this wish? What would I need to implement? What would it be like? You know, you have to make room for these things. A lot of times I feel that we put these wishes out there, but we don't move around and align with it. Because I've literally been like, all right, to be able to align with this, what do I need to do to align with it? You know, and I know that we're not supposed to figure out all of the details, right? I mean, you leave that part of uncertainty to co-creation. But you have to have room for it. You have to be willing to change. You know, what are you willing to give up to get something? Because you often have to give up something to get something. Even if it's like, say you want your dream job, well, then you have to be willing to give up the job you currently have, or if you don't have one, but make space or time for it. Do you know what I mean? So what are you going to be giving up? Or if this is a relationship, You know, well, what does that look like? How would that play into your life, into your world? Huh. Your wish may soon be granted. However, it might not materialize unless your dream is coupled with action. See, to me, this is how you're taking action. You're making room. You're pulling it in. You may desire a new living space, a better relationship, or a dream job. This card Sorry, I haven't slept yet. This card could suggest that this is not as far away from reality as you might think and encourage you to carve a path towards your goal. Okay. So right in alignment with what I was saying. All right, let's take a look at Angel Love. Arachnopharia was about caution. Angel Rose is about perspective. A shift of perspective could be needed at this time. While it might be understandable for you to be feeling lackluster or even down, there is always something to be thankful for or to look forward to. Like this woman, just lifting your head up to the light could change your outlook for the better. Though you may have experienced a difficult time, dwelling on a problem or engaging only with those things that have not worked will simply keep you stuck within the darkness. An act of gratitude is necessary, even though the difficulties you have faced may have left you emotionally buckled. It is important that you count the blessings that do exist and consider the life lessons that have been gained through your recent hardships. Ah, very beautiful. Okay, we have the Raven. Medusa is about justice too. She had shown, but I can't read them all. Okay, so shape-shifting is within the Raven. It might be time to shape-shift. Oh, okay. If you are hoping to secure that high-profile job, then you might need to dress or sound the part. What was I saying about, like, if you're wanting something, you need to take action towards it, like a change. So, like, you need to implement that's going to be the way to pull it in, right? Okay, that's why, like, visualizations, thinking, picturing yourself, just taking all of those things help, right? It's like, if you can't think it, you can't create it. If you can't believe it, how can you pull it in? Do you know what I mean? If you are hoping to secure, okay, so if you want to involve love and kindness into your life, then display those qualities could help compassion find you. The woman in this card is manifesting qualities inherent within her that will assist her journey. There are times when we all shape-shift in daily life, such as when we put on a brave face or mask disappointment. We might do this to protect our own emotions or other people's, but there are times when imitation can be even of a greater use. You know what I mean? So we're not talking about, like, going around and gaslighting and, you know what I mean? Like, but just getting in the end, what would that look like? You know what I mean? I don't even know how to give examples here. We're going to keep going. Beautiful. Valor, I feel, is going to be next. This is about battle. This card suggests that battle is necessary or inevitable. There will be circumstances when we are called into conflict and must consider the best method of response. In some situations, choosing not to respond or enter into combat is the best course of action. But this card reminds us that there will be times when it is vital for you to stand your ground and fight. See, some of you may be realizing that, like, yeah, some of these things are not going to just be dismissed. Like, for some of you, if you're wanting to end a relationship or a job or a living situation, you just can't disappear. I mean, you can, but it's easier to, you know, have closure, figure out what that is. And for some of you, like, they might not be willing to let you go. So what would that look like? What would you need to do? Would you need to stand your ground? Would you need to have, you know what I mean? What do those boundaries look like? So maybe for some of you, like, that's what you're starting to figure out. Like, okay, well, if I'm going to pursue this, then I'm going to be ending this. So what would this look like? How would I handle this? What would I do if I was going to pursue this? Would it require me to move? You know what I mean? how would I do this, right? The appearance of this card could signify that there is tension in the air. Quarrels or other kinds of non-physical warfare could be headed your way, so donning on your own armor, readying for the counterattack could be your best and only option. So it's also about having those boundaries, being ready to, and for a lot of the feminines I've been talking about, they've been learning how to embrace their masculine energy and learning how to stand up for themselves, have boundaries, needing to know when to use the sword. I'm getting this energy too. I mean, this isn't for everybody, but for some of you. Sometimes, if a woman has been in an abusive relationship or situation, sometimes it takes her, have you ever heard, at least, 7 tries to leave? Most of them, it takes, at least 7 times to leave. Because there's a lot of things they need to get the strength. They need to heal. They need, you know what I mean? They often don't leave on the first try. I think I heard that from a DV shelter or counseling or services. That they're used to that. They know that it's a process, that it takes time to leave. And that's why I said it. They know. That's why they're safe havens, and just because they leave, it's they won't not let you come back. Because I think I was asking, why do you let them keep coming? You know what I mean? Why? Why do you keep letting them go back? You know what I mean? Because to me, it's if you're opening up and you're well, you come here, you need to stay here, you need to not go back. But it's it takes a lot. If you're not strong enough, it might not make it out. You know what I mean? That's why, as much as you may, want to force people out of situations, they have to be ready to go. They have to be strong enough. I mean, and not every situation's like that. You should never stay in a situation where you know what I mean? I don't know where they're going with this message, but it takes time to heal or whatever, right? And that's what I'm getting at. I'm gonna get this energy. Unfortunately, we all fall prey to criticism and condemnation from others. Valor reminds us that there are some disputes we simply cannot walk away from. Okay. We're running out of energy. Okay. Only love remains. Memories. If you've drawn this card, it means that the past is of some significance to your question. While you may feel as though your life is now colorless without something or someone you held dear, this may not be wholly true. This card is a reminder of good times and a chance to reminisce, but also reminds us of the danger that living in the past can bring. There is always more to achieve and enjoy. This card of times gone by, only love remains, will simply alert you to the past in some reading. A solution could be found in a previous life lesson, or in some instances, someone from your past could make a reappearance. Anyone who has lost a loved one or feels that their best times have passed will be able to relate to this. It might feel like only their memories or love remains. Sometimes that's the hardest part. That's how women get pulled back into abusive situations or relationships, because of the I'm sorry, you know what I mean? And when they're apologizing, especially if women are getting hurt due to substance abuse and things like that, whenever they're sober, then it's you see them, and sometimes people are really sick with illnesses, right? And they want the help or whatever, so it's easy to get baited back in or whatever. But so this is somebody that's looking back at the happy moments, and those situations and stuff, and that's what's making it more difficult, or maybe has taken it more difficult for somebody, I felt, to get their boundaries and their strength to move on. But at the same way. Like, sometimes you need to have the pain fuel your passion and your fury to get out. But then you need to be able to release, surrender. So it takes a lot, because you need that strength to get out, but then not to be rageful, right? To then heal. And then you start, the healing process is normally the hard part when they go back, because then you start to think about those moments, and especially if you try to just up and forgive everything, and then it's beautiful to not that you're healing enough to where you're not holding on to the rage and the anger, but it's like you need to remember still why you left. And you need to have that, you need to know that you have to put yourself first. The love for yourself is the most important. Like, that's how I kept getting baited back, because I kept thinking, I kept seeing my past lover deteriorate, and I was like, oh my God, like, he's not going to make it without me. So I was like, I can't go if he's not going to be able to make it. You know what I mean? Like, but I was putting his love above mine, because I was thinking about that. You know what I mean? So, it's a process. And some of you may find out that it was just a bait, Like, they know how to do that. They know how to pull in your emotions. They know what to say. And especially if they've ever baited you back once, they know how to get you back. Right. So sometimes, like, you need to have that time where you see, and you know what I mean? And each time that a woman gets away, even if she does for a little while, she's getting stronger. Each time. So if you're one where you're running out of a situation, and it's, don't think that, like, you failed just because you got away, but then you went back, because each time you're getting stronger and you're healing yourself, and it's very beautiful. The courage and strength that you have, right? And the compassion and the forgiveness. Like, you need to be proud of yourself for that if you're one that is aligning with this, okay? So keep that, remembering the good moments, but remember that strength and that self-love for yourself. Okay? All right. The last card, the trick or treat. Is it just trick or treat? Trick or treat, baby. Trick or treat. Where's the T's? Choice. Trick-or-treating is part of a modern-day Halloween custom. Children visit the homes of neighbors and hope that they will receive a handful of candy. It's less likely these days that they will perform tricks, since many adults will stock up beforehand. If you receive this card, then a choice is before you. It suggests that there is more than one way to progress, and that you are being given options. To be given a choice is a luxury, but we must not forget that responsibility comes with the power of choosing. Consideration or advice may be needed before committing to one choice or another. What we do in the present will have an effect on what happens in the later date. Being conscious of how your actions could influence your life and the life of others, even in the distant future, is a part of this card's core message. Oh, wow. I feel to read the description of the card, and then I will close out this reading. A small dragon lands upon the lid of a jack-o'-lantern. The pumpkin is lit from within, revealing a warm but slightly unsettled smile. Beneath it is a layer of autumn leaves, suggesting the darker and colder side of the year, when many choose to celebrate All Hallows Eve. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited for tomorrow. So I'm going to close out this reading. I'm sending love and light to all of you. Definitely watch Abby Full Grinded too, right? If you didn't feel like this resonated with you and you were just here for the enlightenment and the messages, then that's beautiful too. But definitely like the video, comment below. I feel your energy more the more you interact with me. Know that. And I'll catch you on the next reading. Bye, guys.